Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is January 8th. This morning I ran across a January 2015 edition of the Science of Mind magazine, which contains daily guides to the source of daily readings to keep with our eclectic stream of readings. This morning's reading in this copy was written by Reverend Dr. Margaret Stortz. It's titled, It's Not Magic. And it begins with two quotes. The first one from Joel Goldsmith. Everyone is free to search for God in his own way and must himself make the effort to find that for which he is seeking. So I'm going to reread that in gender neutral terms. Everyone is seeking to search for God in their own way and must themselves make the effort to find that for which they are seeking. And then the second quote comes from the Science of Mind magazine, page 492. And I will also read that in gender neutral terms. No one can exhaust the divine nature, but all live by, in, and through it. So here's what Reverend Dr. Margaret Stortz writes. When things line up in ways we love, when our loved ones are doing well, when it sometimes feels amazing that situations have turned out harmoniously, it can feel almost like magic, but it's not. It's our use of the infinite energies in wise, clear ways that keep us moving. Certainly, it helps when we engage in focusing practices, but some people seem to be naturals in their divine connections. They may have no particular belief systems or awarenesses of what they are doing, but they are optimistic and positive in their thinking. Knowing practices are the best, I think, because we can return to them intentionally when the naturals can be hit or miss in their outcomes. This all tells us that we are in league with the infinite every time we think, whether we know it or not. Magic it isn't, but amazing it is. No matter how many years I have utilized spiritual principles, I still, it still amazes me to watch how things line up, especially if I keep my meddling hands off. Maybe there should always be an element of wonder to manifestations. It should never get old, observing how the infinite knows what is wanted and needed. Frankly, I don't think it ever does. I had an old friend steeped in spiritual principles who simply waited for what she called the click to snap into place. Then she let go, did not fret, used no mumbo jumbo, just allowed the divine to move things into place. Nice work. And we can get it. And then it closes with an affirmation just for today. I watch in awe the wonders of the infinite at work in my life. Every day delights and amazes me. Hmm. What really stands out for me in this reading is demystifying the law of cause and effect. It's, it's not magic. It's a normal functional law of creation. But to demystify it while still being in awe of it. For me, that's that place of the I thou, the both and, that I am in connection with, inseparably connected with whatever this amazing creative process, source substance is. And at the same time, having a fully human experience. And that's where the awe and wonder come in for me. And so to understand that this whole process of manifestation, this whole process of unfoldment is not magic at all, that it's the most natural thing about our being, and at the same time, being in awe of the process and how it works. Uh, yeah. And it doesn't mean it's not some work involved. I personally have, um, the work hasn't been to believe so much as it has been to unbelieve the things that I was taught that don't line up. And it's never, for me, my experience has been, it's never been as simple as just telling myself the opposite. It I've had to use denials that nope, that, word of truth in that, and to identify the evidence of no, it's not true. This is what's true. To find it in nature, to find the patterns in nature that support the seed of perfection born within everything, that everything is perfection in form. Doesn't mean our behavior is always perfect. So let's clear that up right away. Nature of us, the core of us, is that. And so for me, it's been a process of excavating everything that's not in order to allow the infinite me to be my experience. I don't see anybody joining our meditation, our discussion part this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and move us into a time of meditation. Oh, there's somebody. Good morning, Ardelia. Good to see you. So I'm going to move us into our time of meditation, and it's a brief 5-minute meditation time, and then I will speak a spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer for the day. Here we go. There is only one life, one power, one peace, one presence, one energy, one universe, one verse, one source, one substance, immeasurable, limitless, unbounded, nameable. And yet we refer to it by many, many names. Whether we refer to it as God, Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, the Divine, the Beloved, Buddha, Allah, it is beyond any human concept. It is that essence within the human experience that creates the human experience. The human experience is the divine expanding itself, its experience of itself, as is the animal kingdom, the vegetable kingdom, and the minerals and the gases, the seen and the unseen, all of it. Creator expressing itself in diverse, individualized ways. No two the same. All of life connected at the source, created out of it, by it, to be it. Individualized, empowered with the creative authority of consciousness itself, and then given the freedom of self-discovery, discovering the divine self, unfolding the divine idea of creation as each of us. I am that in form. All of life is that in form. Everything in form is this one substance, this one energy expressing itself. One absolute reality, real at its level of expression, alive at its level of expression. Degree of aliveness in our perception does not establish the aliveness of a thing. Everything created out of life must have it. So I know that I am surrounded by aliveness, even in the most mundane objects of this human realm. I am surrounded by life, life expressing. And so I hold myself accountable to be in awe and wonder at everything in this physical realm as an expression of this infinite aliveness. No longer willing to look at anything as dead. No longer willing to operate on a hierarchy of value. I set my intention for this day to see the perfection in everything, the perfection surrounding everything, the perfection in the seen and the unseen, the aliveness of the seen and the unseen. To remind myself over and over and over until there is no need to remind myself that everything I experience is Creator expressing itself as creation. And that within me, within all life, is the authority, the agency, the power to use creation and so I intentionally choose to use it in alignment with truth, beyond cash register truth, alignment with the truth of vibration, alignment with the truth of resonance, alignment with the truth of that still small voice at the center of my being that recognizes itself, alignment that eliminates all sense of separation, alignment that understands that every breath I take, every choice I make impacts the whole, that there is no secondary place to remove myself to. And so I let go of the lie that there is only me. And I replace it with the understanding that there is only one. And that every expression of it is inseparably integral to the whole. That every thought, every breath, every action, every choice impacts the whole. And I am grateful. I am grateful for the activity of cause and effect, that law of creation that reflects back to me all of the beliefs operating in my individualized use of consciousness and in the collective. I open to be shown, to see, knowing that what is reflected back to me must be a part of me. And within me is the power to heal, to shift, to align. And I say yes to what is mine to do, knowing that if I am shown, then it is mine. By birthright, by awareness, it is mine to do. And I give thanks for infinite intelligence within me that already knows exactly how to do everything that is mine to do. And so as I claim it, as my divine yes moves consciousness into that activity of law, every step of the journey unfolds perfectly. And so I let go. I let go of any prescribed outcome. I let go of any human idea of where the path goes and how it goes and when it goes and who's on it. I just let go. And I surrender. Surrender meaning I don't have to fight anymore. I release to the flow of the infinite without resistance. I relax. And I willingly, joyfully follow those divine nudges that guide my path, trusting with full confidence that life is unfolding the perfect path as I put the next foot down. And what is true for me is true of all life. Perfection, unfolding perfection in all the messiness of humanity. And so I let go. I choose awe and wonder today. I choose peace. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.